folks, let's play the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. And when I say let's play, I really mean let's read, because this is a fantasy gamebook. This is the first in the Fighting Fantasy series of gamebooks by Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone. Was published in, I believe, 1982. I would have played this sometime around the early 1990s. This is a choose your own adventure gamebook, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like Dungeons and Dragons for people who don't have any friends. So I had a lot of these when I was growing up. So let's start, shall we? The Warlock of Firetop Mountain is a fighting fantasy gamebook, an interactive adventure in which you are the hero. You can only win by choosing the correct path, finding equipment, avoiding traps, and surviving combat. You will need to be as wise as an owl, as cunning as a weasel to triumph over the challenges ahead of you. Before embarking on your adventure, you must determine your own strengths and weaknesses with a series of dice rolls. You have been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay to improve your skill and exercising vigorously to build up your stamina. Before making your rolls, you must choose from one of 3 difficulty settings. We're going to do that. These are the 3 difficulty settings. There is Adventurer. Play the Warlock of Firetop Mountain exactly as Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone designed it. This would be as if you were playing it through the book. Hardcore Hero. If you have beaten the Warlock of Firetop Mountain in Adventurer mode or have read the printed form of this gamebook before, this difficulty mode allows you to test your courage on Firetop Mountain with the ultimate challenge. We have beaten it before, but we're not going to play this mode. Free read. Play the Warlock of Firetop Mountain like an old school cheater. Yeah, this is the cheats mode. This basically means that you can re-roll, you can go back on yourself, and you get to restore your stamina at various points. But we're not going to play that mode, we're going to play the Adventurer mode. You've chosen the Adventure difficulty mode. Before continuing, you must calculate your initial stamina. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination, and overall fitness. The higher your stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. These are like your hit points, basically. You must roll 2 dice and add 12 to the number rolled. This is then entered into the stamina box on your adventurer's sheet. Okay, let's do that. Let's see what we get. That's not too bad. Your roll of 5 plus a base of 12 means your stamina is 17. That's not bad. That could be worse. It could be better, but it's not terrible. Now we must roll skill. Your skill reflects your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling 1 dice and adding 6 to the number. Let's do that. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. 10. That's good. Next, determine your luck. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy kingdom you are about to explore. Your luck is determined by rolling 1 dice and adding 6 to the number. Let's do that. We are not lucky. We are quite unlucky. Luck is interesting. There are times when we have to test our luck in order to see whether we fail or succeed to various things. I think we're going to fail a lot. In addition to your other starting equipment, you may take 1 bottle of a magical potion that will aid you on your quest. Each potion contains enough for 1 measure, so use it wisely. So we get a potion of skill, strength, and fortune. So this is skill, stamina, and luck potions. We're going to take a potion of strength because stamina is our main stat for staying alive. If we run out of stamina, we die. So we'll take the potion of strength. Next, you must prepare your adventurer's equipment. Well, we've given some straight away. You begin your adventure with a sword and a shield, leather armour, a backpack containing provisions, food and drink, and a lantern to light your way. Not a lantern to launch your way, that would be weird. Rationing your provisions is key to a successful adventure. They may be consumed at any time, excluding combat, by accessing the adventurer sheet. Each meal restores 4 stamina. Be sure to pay close attention to your stamina and restore it regularly. Your difficulty setting determines how many provisions you begin with. Adventurers and free readers start with 10, while hardcore heroes begin with 3. Well, we're an adventurer, so we get 10. Once you have readied your equipment, you may begin. May the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. I think we're going to need it. Only a foolhardy adventurer would embark on such a perilous quest without first finding out as much as possible about the mountain and its treasures. Before your arrival at the foot of Firetop Mountain, you spent several days with the humble townsfolk of a village some 2 days' journey from the base. That seems sort of patronising. Being a likeable sort of person, you found it easy to get on with the locals, although they told many stories about the mysterious Warlock Sanctuary. You could not feel sure that all or indeed any of these were based on fact. The villagers had seen many adventurers pass through on their way to the mountain, but very few ever returned. The journey ahead was extremely dangerous, that you knew for certain. Of those who returned to the village, none contemplated going back to Firetop Mountain. There seemed to be some truth in the rumour that the Warlock's treasure was stored in a magnificent chest with 2 locks, and the keys to the locks were guarded by various creatures within the dungeons. The Warlock himself was a sorcerer of great power. Some described him as old, others as young. Some said his power came from an enchanted deck of cards, others said from the silky black gloves that he wore. The entrance to the mountain was guarded by a pack of warty-faced goblins, stupid creatures fond of their food and drink. Towards the inner chambers, the creatures became more fearsome. To reach the inner chambers, you would have to cross a river. The ferry service was regular, but the ferryman enjoyed a good barter, so you should save a gold piece for the trip. The locals also encouraged you to keep a good map of your wanderings, for without a map, you would end up hopelessly lost within the mountain. When it finally came to your day of leaving, the whole village turned out to wish you a safe journey. Tears came to the eyes of many of the villagers, young and old alike. You couldn't help but wonder whether they were the tears of sorrow shed by eyes which would never see you alive again. It's probably relief. They're probably glad to see the back of you. At last, your 2-day hike is over. You unsheath your sword, lay it on the ground, and sigh with relief as you lower yourself down to the mossy rocks to sit for a moment's rest. You stretch, rub your eyes, and finally look up at Firetop Mountain. The very mountain itself looks menacing. The steep face in front of you looks as if it had been savaged by the claws of some gargantuan beast. Sharp, rocky crags jut out at unnatural angles. At the top of the mountain you can see the eerie red colouring, probably some savage vegetation which has given the mountain its name. Perhaps no one will ever know exactly what grows up there, since climbing the peak must surely be impossible. Your quest lies ahead of you. Across the clearing is a dark cave entrance. You pick up your sword, get to your feet, and consider what dangers may lie ahead of you. But with determination you thrust your sword home into its scabbard and approach the cave. You peer into the gloom and see dark, slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank. You light your lantern and step warily into the blackness. Cobwebs brush your face and you hear the scurrying of tiny feet, rats most likely. You set off into the cave. After a few yards you arrive at a junction. Will you turn west or east? We are going to go west. There is a right-hand turn into the north in the passage. Cautiously you approach a sentry post in the corner, and as you look in you see a strange goblin-like creature in leather armour asleep at his post. You try to tiptoe past him. Test your luck. This is the luck mechanic I was talking about. We are going to test our luck, and we have low luck, so we're probably going to be unlucky. We are. Oh, we are lucky. I can't count. Never mind. Excellent. Ignore that. I'm stupid. He does not wake up and remains snoring loudly. You continue on. To your left, on the west face of the passage, there is a rough-cut wooden door. You listen at the door and can hear rasping, which may be some sort of creature snoring. Do you want to open the door? We do want to open the door. We want to open most of the doors and encounter most things because there is treasure and stuff we want. The door opens to reveal a small, smelly room. In the centre of the room is a rickety wooden table on which stands a lit candle. Underneath the table is a small wooden box. Asleep on a straw mattress in the far corner of the room is a short, stocky creature with an ugly, warty face. The same sort of creature that you found asleep at the sentry post. He must be a guard for the night watch. You may either return to the corridor and press northwards, or creep into the room and try and take the box without waking the creature. We'll try. We'll try and take it. You take a few careful steps closer to the box. Test your luck. No, we did not. You did a luck score of 6 or lower and rolled a luck score of 7. Sadly, your luck has run out. Your luck score depreciates over time, so I think probably we're gonna be very unlucky most of the time. The sleeping creature awakens, startled. He jumps up and rushes at you, unarmed. With your sword, you should be able to defeat him, but his sharp teeth look rather vicious. You must fight. Let's fight. You must fight. Right, we're attacking the orc. We have hit him. He's taken 2 stamina. Let us attack him again. We can fight. Test your luck again. I don't think we're going to do that or escape. We're going to fight him because we want what's in the box. Yes, we have defeated the orc. Happy music. If you defeat the orc, you may take the box. We are going to. You leave the room and open the box in the passage. Inside you find a single piece of gold. We are rich beyond our wildest dreams. And a small mouse, which must have been the creature's pet. You keep the coin and release the mouse. I don't want to release the mouse, I want to keep the mouse. I want to call him Sir Ratigan. Which scurries off down the passageway. You gain 2 luck points. Oh, well, that's good. Luck points. We want all the luck points. Further up the passage, along the west wall, you see another door. You listen at it, but hear nothing. Do you want to try opening the door? If you want to continue northwards, we do want to open the door. We want to open all the doors. The door opens to reveal a small room with a stone floor and dirty walls. There is a stale smell in the air. In the centre of the room is a makeshift wooden table on which is standing a lit candle. Under the table is a small box. In the far corner of the room is a straw mattress. You may either open the box or leave the room. I'm going to open the box. I mean, I know what's inside this box. There it is. The box is light, but something rattles within. You open the lid and a small snake darts out to bite at your wrist. You must fight. Let us fight. Let us fight. I'm pretty sure we've killed the snake. I kind of feel bad about it. It was only a small snake. The music, however, is very happy. If you kill the snake, we have killed the snake. The box has fallen to the ground during your fight with the snake, and out of it has fallen a bronze-coloured key with the number 99 carved into it. You take the key with you and leave the room. You gain 1 luck point. We want that key. That is a useful key. Further up the passage on the west wall, you see another similar door. You listen at the door and grimace to hear the worst singing you have ever heard in your life. Do you want to go inside the room and investigate the hideous din, or walk on up the passageway? We do want to go in the room. Even though this is going to result in a fight, there's something in this room we want. So we're going to go in. The door opens to reveal a small room. The room is dirty and unkempt. A straw mattress lies in one corner. In the centre of the room is a wooden table upon which a candle burns, lighting the room with its flickering flame. A small box rests under the table. Seated around the table are 2 small creatures with warty skin dressed in leather armour. They are drinking some sort of grog, and by the way they stagger to their feet on your arrival, you assume they are very drunk. You may either draw your sword and leap at them, or slam the door quickly and run up the passageway. We're going to fight them because we want what's in the box. The 2 drunken orcs now face you are obviously startled at your entrance, and as quickly as they're able, they fumble around for the weapons. You must attack each one in turn. Their drunkenness allows you to add 1 point to your skill during this battle. Let us fight. You must fight. First orc. We attack the orc. We hurt the orc. Fight again. We have killed the first orc. You have defeated first orc. Now you must face second orc. Fight. I still think we're going to kill him. I'm pretty sure we're going to take him out. Fight again. Yeah, we're doing really well, actually. Very surprised. Attack again. Well, oh no, we still managed. We still managed. We are triumphant yet again. If you win the battle, we do. We decimate them. You wipe your bloodied sword on the mattress. The green blood leaves a slimy stain on the straw. Stepping over the bodies towards the table, you flinch at the foul smell of the creatures. You pick up the box from under the table and examine it. It is a small wooden box with crude hinges. The name Fariggio di Maggio is inscribed on a brass nameplate on its lid. If you wish to open the box, I do wish to open the box. I'm not going to leave it behind. I want it. The box contains a small leather-bound book entitled The Making and Casting of Dragonfire. This is very useful. Fortunately, it is written in your own language and thus was probably unintelligible to the orcs, otherwise this treasure would certainly not have been as loosely guarded as it was. The book is written in tiny handwriting by Fariggio di Maggio. In it he tells the story of his life's work, the creation of the Dragonfire spell, which was crafted to fight evil dragons. I'm sure this isn't going to come up at all at any point. You read how in the last years Fariggio perfected his spell, but was then too old to make use of it, so he completed his book, locked it in a chest and hid it within the depths of Firetop Mountain, afraid of what might happen to it if it were to fall into the wrong hands. So you put it in a dungeon ruled by an evil warlock. That makes sense. The last page reads, "And so you, who now hold this book, you have my life's work in your hands. The power of destruction is yours if you wish it, but do not waste it. Unless you use the spell for the purpose for which it was intended, you shall be consumed by evil itself and die by the fire from your own hands. Remember, only when the dragon breathes its fire should you raise your arms and say, Ikel Erif, Ikam Erif, Erif Erif, di Maggio." You say these words slowly and softly. Suddenly, the pages seem to glow. As the glow disappears, the words on the page fade within it. You repeat the spell to yourself to memorize it and leave the room. Klaatu Virata Niktu. You eventually arrive at the end of a passage at a 3-way junction. You may turn either to the west or to the east. We are going to go east. You arrive at another junction in the passage. You may either go north or continue eastwards. I'm going to go north. You see a well-used door on the right-hand east side of the passageway. With your ear to the keyhole, you listen and hear a man inside screaming for help. Will you open the door, or will you walk past it, ignoring his screams? We're going to open the door. The door is locked. You may use your skill to try and charge it down. Let's do that. Let's have a go. You deftly pass the skill check. Not just pass, but deftly pass. The locked door bursts open and a nauseating stench hits your nostrils. Inside the room, the floor is covered with bones, rotting vegetation, and slime. A wild-haired old man clothed in rags rushes at you screaming. His beard is long and grey and he is waving an old wooden chair leg. Is he simply insane as he appears, or is this some kind of trap? You may either shout at him and try and calm him down, or draw your sword and attack him. We're going to shout at him and try and calm him down. You shout, "You are freed, old man." That seems kind of rude. At the top of your voice. Instantly his ranting cease. He stops dead in his tracks and sinks to the floor, weeping loudly. As he gradually composes himself, he thanks you many times. You talk with him in the hope of discovering some of the secrets of the mountain, and he begins to tell you his story. Many years ago, he was an adventurer like you in search of the Warlock's treasure. He was captured by orcs and thrown into a solitary cell as a sort of pet for the creatures. You ask whether he would like to accompany you into the mountain. I'm sure he'd love to, but he simply wants to leave and see the world again. You ask him for advice, but he says he knows little. He advises you to pay your respects to the boatman. He tells you you must pull the right-hand lever on the wall ahead to open the iron gate at the end of the passage. He has also learned that the keys to the boathouse are guarded by a man and his dog. You shake hands, leave your cell, and go your separate ways. You gain 1 luck. Lovely. Further up the passageway, you see a door in the east wall. You listen hard, but can hear no sound. Do you want to open the door and investigate? We do want to open the door. The door is firmly locked. You may try and force it open. Let's try. You charge the door, hitting it squarely with your shoulder. Roll 2 dice. I think we managed. We have passed the skill test. The door splits along its length, and you can wrench the timbers apart to let yourself in. A torch hangs from one wall, lighting up a small armoury room stocked with swords, shields, helmets, daggers, breastplates, and the like. You examine the weaponry and find nothing superior to your own sword. However, a circular iron shield with a golden crescent at its centre catches your eye. I'd just like to point out that we're wearing leather armour, and we've given up the idea of having a metal breastplate. You can even see it looks its chain. That's better than leather. And that's probably metal. Never mind. You pick it up and feel its weight on your arm. This shield will aid you in battle by helping you to fend off damage. Your skill increases by 1. You add the crescent shield to your gear, leave the room and continue up the corridor. Let us do that. Turn to 300. Let us do that. On the east wall of the passage you see another door, this time made of solid metal. Listening at the door you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. If you wish to try opening the door, if you decide to ignore this room and continue up the corridor. We are going to ignore this because we can't do anything for the poor person being tortured inside. They die automatically, and it's just a diversion. You arrive at the end of the passage where it meets another going east-west, but an iron portcullis blocks your way and no amount of charging is going to budge it. On the wall to your right are 2 levers, and it seems likely that these levers have something to do with the portcullis. Do you wish to pull the right or the left? We have been told to pull the right, so let us pull the right. You hear a deep rumbling noise and the ground begins to shudder. Slowly and noisily the portcullis rises into the ceiling. You may now walk to the junction. Will you turn west or east? We are going to turn east. Cautiously you creep along the passageway. After a short time it turns sharply to the north. At the corner there is a bench of solid wood, and above the bench reads a sign, "Rest ye here, weary traveller. You may stop here and eat provisions if you wish. If you don't wish to or don't have any left and you wish to continue." We don't need to. We don't need to, so we won't bother. You arrive at another junction in the passageway. If you would like to head westwards or go east, we are going to go east. After a few meters, you reach another 3-way junction. You may either go northwards or eastwards. We're going to keep going east because there's something we want. The passageway ends in a sturdy wooden door. If you wish to try opening it or turn back to the junction, we're going to try opening it because I think I know what's inside. Yes, this handsome looking thing. The door opens and you enter a small room. Your eyes widen as you look to see the walls of the room are covered in ornate stonework. Mosaics and marble inlays give this room a kind of beauty you've never seen before. In the corner of the room is a large metal statue of a one-eyed creature. In its single eye is a sparkling jewel. There appears to be no other way through the room. You'll have to go back to the junction, but that large jewel is very tempting. It certainly is. Will you leave it alone and go back to the junction, or try and take the jewel with you? We are a common thief. We are going to take the jewel with us. Or we're going to try. As you approach the statue... No, you approach the statue cautiously. A scampering behind you makes you flash around, but it is only a rat. You feel at the jewel, but is solidly in place. You try to work your sword in behind it, and as you work, you hear an ominous creaking noise. To your horror, the statue is beginning to move. Never saw that coming. You jump down and draw your sword. The iron cyclops cranes its head around towards you and steps down from its pedestal. I'd like to imagine this animated by Ray Harryhausen. We're going to fight it. It's quite as strong, but we're going to fight it anyway. And see how we do. It's hurt us. Ouch. Let's fight it again. We have hit it. This makes us happy. We will fight it again. Yes. We have whacked it again. We will continue to fight until we are dead, or it is dead. Preferably it. We have hit it again. Perfect. I think it's got us that time. Yeah. Ouch. Let's try again. No, it's decimating us. Let's try again. Shall we? Yes. We have taken it down nearly. It's having a good go. Oh, I'm not doing very well. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet, sir. Both miss. This is tense. We've got it. We've done it. We are not dead. That was a much more epic battle. That deserved the music. If you win, we do win. You sit back and rest from the exhausting battle. You prize the jewel from the still statue. It is heavy in your hand and worth 50 gold pieces. You put it in your pack. As you explore the room and the statue, you notice one of the breastplate sections is loose. When you open this, you find a small key inside. You examine this and notice the number 111 on it. With a smile, you put the jewel and the key into your backpack. Add 3 luck points for your discovery. You may rest here and eat provisions. We really want to do that. Let's have something to eat. We needed to do that. When you're ready, you set back off to the junction. You arrive back at the junction, and this time you turn northwards. The passage ahead ends in a sturdy door. You listen but hear nothing. You try the handle, it turns, and you enter the room. As you look around, you hear a loud cry from behind you and swing around to see a wild man leaping towards you, wielding a large axe. He is a mad barbarian. He is definitely annoyed. You must fight. Let us fight him. I think we hit him. We did. Let us keep fighting him. Let us maybe not keep fighting him. No. Let's carry on. We'll escape at some point if we need to. We might need to. Oh. We're not doing very well. That's better. That's much better. Fight again. We've killed the barbarian. That was less epic than the iron statue. But we've defeated him. He has nothing. A search of the room reveals nothing of any value, although an old box in the corner contains a wooden mallet and 5 short stumps of wood sharpened at one end. I wonder what they could be for. You take these and leave through the door in the north wall. The door opens into a short corridor which ends several meters ahead at another door, similar to the one you have just come through. You listen and hear nothing. You try the handle and it turns, allowing you into another room of similar size, but this one is splendidly decorated with a polished marble floor and rough walls painted white. On each of the 4 walls hangs a painting, and there is another door in the north wall. You can either go straight through the room or you may stop and look at the paintings. Nothing bad has ever happened from looking at cursed paintings. I think we probably won't look at the paintings. I think bad things can only come from looking at paintings of a warlock. You open the door into a narrow passage and follow it northwards. Some meters up the passageway it turns to the east, and then turns to the north. However, at the second bend there is a small alcove in the rock. It seems to be a convenient hiding place, and a large rock forms a comfortable seat. You may stop here and eat provisions if you wish. We do. We do wish to eat provisions. You settle comfortably under the large rock and take a short rest to eat some provisions. You feel refreshed and ready to continue on your adventure. You gain 4 stamina. Perfect. The passageway ends in another wooden door, this time a small one with a carved bone handle. You listen but hear nothing coming from inside. You try the handle and the door opens into a pear-shaped room with a rough stone floor, making walking across it somewhat awkward. In one corner of the room is a pile of rubble, mainly stones and dust, but there are also two odd-shaped pieces of wood and a length of rope. A door in the north wall leads on. Will you examine the bits of wood, study the length of rope, leave through the north door? I think the rope tries to strangle you. I can't remember, but I think the rope tries to strangle you. I can't remember if there's anything interesting to do with these bits of wood. Let's have a look, shall we? What's the worst that can happen? Both pieces of wood are Y-shaped and smooth as if washed up from a river. You decide to take them with you. Oh, they're divining rods. Okay. Leave through the north door, examine the rope. We're not going to look at the rope. I'm pretty sure it tries to strangle you. So we'll leave through the north door. The passage ahead leads you northwards, the rocky floor becoming sandy until eventually you are walking on some sort of coarse sand. You notice the passage is widening ahead until you hear a flowing river. You continue until you find yourself at a large cavern through which a river flows. You are on the south bank of an underground river facing across its black depths. There appears to be 4 ways of crossing. To your left, a rusted bell bears the sign, "Ferry service, 2 gold pieces, please ring." There is a small raft in front of you on the bank and a long stick resting beside it. You could punt across the river. A rickety old bridge crosses on the right. If you don't trust any of these, you may swim. None of these seem like a good idea. None of them seem like a good idea. How will you cross the river? To ring the bell and call for the ferryman? To try punting across the river? If you wish to risk using the old bridge? Or if you think swimming is the best option? We don't have enough gold for the ferryman. I think the bridge collapses when we try and use it, so we can either try punting across the river or swimming. Neither of these seem like a good option. I'm pretty sure there are piranha in the river. Right, let's steal the raft. You climb on the raft and start to punt your way across the river. The going is not easy. In the middle of the river, the raft seems to take on a will of its own and bobs up and down dangerously. You realise it is attempting to capsize itself and throw you into the river. You may either trust your strength and luck, hold on and keep punting to the north side, or jump into the water and attempt to swim back to the south bank. Let's try testing our strength and luck. I don't know if we'll succeed. Let's try, shall we? Test your luck. Oh, we are lucky. Excellent. You manage to hold on and manoeuvre the raft across the north bank. You arrive safely, but as you step onto the bank, the raft drifts back and makes it on its way all the way across the river back to the south bank. You have arrived on the north bank of a fast-flowing river in a large underground cavern. Facing northwards, the rock face is smooth and glistening with moisture. Moss of many different hues grows on the surface. There is an eerie silence punctuated only by the splashing of the river as it flows behind you. You have 3 options. A passage runs off to the northwest. A large timber door is directly in front of you in the middle of the rock face. Another passage runs along the river eastwards. I think we're going to go through the door. I think we are. Actually, I don't know if we can. Can we eat some provisions? I might do that. If I can eat provisions, I'm going to do that. Are you sure to use visions? Yes, I do. I do wish to use them. I do. Because of what I think is in this door. What's behind the door, what's in the door. Right, let's open the door. You find yourself in a short and narrow passageway with another door to the north. You try this door. Let's do that. The door squeaks open on rusty hinges. The room is dark and your eyes begin to adjust as you close the door behind you. You can hear a shuffling in the room, but before you can react, a blow to your head knocks you senseless. Lose 2 stamina points. That's nice. If you are still alive, we are, thankfully. You awake with a throbbing head and look around. The room is about 8 meters square with doors to the north and south. You have been dumped in the southwest corner. Standing motionless in the centre of the room are 4 men. At least they appear to be men. Their skin is a greeny-grey colour, their clothes are tattered and torn, and they are all staring vacantly at the ceiling. One carries a club, one a scythe, one an axe, and one a pick. They are ignoring you completely. Around the room are various peasant-style weapons, pitchforks, axe handles, pointed sticks, etc. 1 or 2 shields and several barrels. In the northeast corner is a human corpse with a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. You move your hand up to your head to feel for signs of blood and are relieved to find that you are not bleeding. But as your hand moves, the strange creatures in the centre of the room turn their eyes towards you. Do you try to talk to them, jump to your feet and charge them with your sword, or scramble through an exit through the south door? I think we're going to attack them. I've got a feeling that there might be something interesting on the corpse, so let's have a go. The four creatures shuffling towards you are mindless zombies. Their vacant eyes suggest that their actions are controlled by a will that is not their own. You are still too dizzy to think properly, but you must act quickly. The first zombie reaches you and prepares to swing its club. You must fight. Let us fight. Let us kill these zombies, hopefully, and not die. You've hit the first zombie. Let us attack it again. We have hit it again. Let us attack it again. Yeah, I think we're going to take this one out. Perfect. You have defeated zombie. You must now face zombie scythe. The zombie scythe. That would be fun. Fight. We have hit it. We've hit the zombie scythe. Let us fight it again. We have not hit the zombie scythe. It's hit us. Ouch. We're managing, but it's not the best. No. No. We miss. Let us fight it again. We have killed the zombie scythe. We have defeated zombie scythe. We may now face zombie axe. A zombie axe. That sounds fun. You hit zombie axe. We've hit it again. One more will do it. Yeah. We've killed zombie axe. We must now face zombie pick. We have hit it. We will attack it again. We've hit it again. One more will do it. Yeah. No. No, I can't count. Oh, no. It's hurting us. Zombie pick is hard. No. But we have defeated it. We are triumphant. If you defeat all four of the mindless creatures, we have. The poor wretches lying dead at your feet look almost happy to relieved of the burden of life. I'm sure that's not the case. But as you look down on them, you sense that you are not the only one who knows of their deaths. You feel lucky to have survived against so many foes, so you gain 2 luck points. Looking around the room, there are a few things you can investigate. To look more closely at the weapons, to examine the dead body in the northeast corner, or to investigate the barrels. Let us look at the body. I'm pretty sure there might be something good on it. You check over the body of the person in the corner. The poor wretch was obviously caught in the same way you were, but his skull shattered under the club's blow. He wears a suit of leather armour no better than your own, holds a wooden shield on one wrist, and clutches a steel blade sword in his other hand. In his pocket are 8 gold pieces, and around his neck is a silver crucifix. You may take any 2 of these items. You also gain 1 luck and 1 skill. Let us take the steel sword. Trade 1 steel sword for 1 exchange token. You will relieve the corpse of its sword. Do you want to buy this? I think I do. I think I do. And the silver crucifix. Trade 1 silver crucifix in exchange for 1 token. Yeah, we'll take the crucifix. That sounds better than those 2 things. Which of these mysterious items did you take? The sword and the crucifix. The sword is enchanted. Yes. And will aid you in battle. It grants you a skill bonus of 2 while equipped. Add 2 to your luck for finding the sword. You throw your old sword away. Goodbye, sword. To examine your second item. We also took the crucifix. The crucifix is solid silver and worth 4 gold pieces. Put it in your backpack. It's also a crucifix, and we have some wooden stakes. I'm sure this isn't going to come up to anything at all. I'm sure it's not. A noise startles you, prompting you to leave the room quickly. You walk up to investigate the north door. Oh, this doesn't look creepy at all. Like I'm going to need a crucifix and some stakes. This looks really safe. The door opens and you find yourself in a dark crypt of some kind. The room is very large. At one end is an altar and various coffins are strewn about the room. There is a door behind you on the south wall and one in the west wall. Do you want to investigate the room further? Not really. Don't particularly want to search it. No. No, 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 no. Let us go, shall we? If this room gives you the if this place gives you the creeps, you can leave. Yeah, we need to go. You're in a narrow east-west corridor. Looking westwards, you can see a crossroads ahead. You go onto the crossroads. Let us do that. Standing at the crossroads, you may either go north, west, or south. We are going to go west. You follow the passageway westwards until it turns around a corner to the south. Just before the bend is a signpost which reads, "Under construction." In front of you is the beginning of a stairway leading down. Only 3 steps have been built so far. A number of shovels, picks and other tools are lying on the ground by the steps, but as you turn the corner they suddenly flurry into action and begin working on the steps. You are now watching various tools digging and hammering as if being handled by invisible workers. A humming chant becomes louder and you recognise it is hi ho, it's off to work we go. Snow White is canon in the fighting fantasy world. As you stand watching it, you start to chuckle. The scene is quite amusing. You sit and watch it and even manage to chat to some of the magical tools. What do they say? That seems very interesting. Whilst you relax, you gain 2 stamina points and a skill point. When you are finished, you turn back up the passageway at the crossroads. You may either go northwards or southwards. We will go northwards. You are following a passageway which leads ahead to the north. After several metres, it bends sharply to the east. You continue eastwards until you eventually come across a narrow opening in the north wall. You may go through this opening or continue eastwards. Let's go through the opening. Let's see what there is. You climb through the opening and find yourself at the top of a narrow staircase leading downwards. That sounds fun. Cautiously you descend the stairs. The narrow staircase is cut into the rock and there are about 20 steps leading down. At the bottom of the steps, a passageway leads into a large open chamber. The chamber stinks of putrefying flesh. Oh, good. The smell is so bad that you attempt to turn back. 3 bodies lie in the chamber. You may either search the bodies or tiptoe quietly through the room. One of these is going to be a zombie. Probably. Search the first body, the second body, the third body, or leave. Now, I think one of these has got something on it, but some of the others might be horrible things, and I can't remember which one it is. Let's pick the first one. You find 5 gold pieces in the pockets of the corpse and gain 1 luck. Hurrah! You may now either search the second body or the third body. Let's not push our luck. Let's leave. I think that would be a good idea. You tiptoe through the room and up a narrow staircase that ends in a passage. That was easy, you think, and begin to have second thoughts about whether it would be worthwhile to search the bodies. Do you want to return? No, I do not. I do not want to press my luck. We're going to continue. At the top of the stairs, the passageway turns sharply to the east. As you pause to get your bearings, you hear a creaking in the rock behind you. You spin around in time to see a heavy portcullis drop down to seal off the passageway. Your only way is forward. There is no turning back. You may either press on forwards or check the walls for secret passages. I think we're just going to go forwards, as Treyguard would say. You are now in an east-west corridor. If you turn east, you will turn a corner northwards. Go this way or go west? We are going to go east, I think. You are at the south end of a north-south corridor. Looking northwards, you can see a passage coming off from the east wall. Do you want to go up this passage? Check for secret passages? Or go south? I think we're going to go up the passageway. I think this might be the maze section. There is a maze section. And I think we're in it. I think this is as exciting as it's going to get for a while. I think we're going to go east. You are standing in the middle of an east-west corridor. To the east is a dead end. To the west a familiar junction and another passageway. A quite short one leads off to the north and ends in a large wooden door. Do you wish to investigate the dead end? Head west if you want to try the door. Let's go and try the door. Ah, dwarves. The door opens and you find yourself in a small smoke-filled room. Sitting in the room around a wooden table are 4 tiny men, each about 1 metre tall, but all apparently fully matured with weathered skin and long bushy beards. They are cursing, laughing and joking as they play a card game. Each one is leaning back on his tiny chair, puffing a long clay pipe. On the table are a number of copper coins and 4 mugs of ale. As you walk in, their merriment stops. They are on their guard, but don't appear too dangerous. One stands up and makes some sort of comment about your lack of manners, not knocking before you came in. The others nod in agreement. Do you chat to them, try and befriend them? Apologise, bow and leave the room? Offer to join their game? Or draw your sword? I think we're going to chat to them. You chat about various things, and they seem eager to be friendly. They feel lonely in the dungeon with so much evil about, and are happy to speak to visitors of a lawful disposition. Why don't they just leave? They tell you that you are in the maze of Zagor. The only way to go out is to go deeper into the dungeon. They tell you that the way through the maze is to leave the room, turn right, left, keep going straight, and then they begin to get a bit vague. They're not entirely sure if it's correct. Eventually you thank them and leave the room. They're probably drunk. You're standing in the middle of an east-west corridor. To the east is a dead end, to the west a familiar junction, and one leads off to passageway. We've already been that way. So now we have to decide whether we are going to go east or west. Let us go west. Oh, this is the fun bit. This is the bit where we get lost. Okay. We can go south, check for passages, north, check for passages, go east. Oh, the east is where we've already been, so let's go north. You were standing at a bend in the passageway. You may go either west or south. Go west or south. Do you want to check secret passages? Do we want to check secret passages? I'm not entirely sure we do. Let us go west. You are standing at a crossroads. To the west, the passageway goes on a few meters and turns northwards. We're lost. Let's go. I don't know what let's do. Let's go north, shall we? You are standing outside a door at the end of a north-south passageway. To go south, to go through the door. Let's go through the door. Oh, hello. We haven't come across you before. That's good. You've entered a large square room. Broken pottery lies all about. One large clay vase is untouched and full of clear liquid. A large bowl is full of gold pieces. As you enter the room, the door slams behind you, and you swing around to face a strange-looking creature, half man, half bull, who is glaring at you. He is a minotaur. He certainly is. And he stalks towards you. He lowers his head, horns pointing at your chest, and charges. You must fight, and possibly die. The minotaur's going, Let's see how we do. We're not going to do very well. Ouch. It might kill us. It might kill us, depending how the dice roll. It might kill us. No, we've hit it. Let's try again. Oh, we've hit it again. Oh. We are lucky. Oh, we're lucky. We are very lucky. We've hit the minotaur again. Let us keep going. We have pushed our luck. But not too badly. Let us try again. We have hit it. One more. One more to take it out. Have we done it? We have done it. We have defeated the Minotaur. If you defeat this monstrous foe, we have defeated it. We do not need to escape. We have defeated it. If you are defeated, you are dead. But we have defeated it. You sort through the broken pots and find little of interest. The liquid looks, smells and tastes like water. It's probably water. The coins in the pot are fraud. 8 genuine gold pieces lie on the surface near the pile which you take. Underneath are merely painted pieces of pot. As you tip the vase out, it slips and breaks. A red-coloured key appears hidden inside a false bottom in the bowl. You take this key. It is inscribed with the number 111. Oh, I have a key with the number 111. Interesting. You add 2 luck points for defeating the Minotaur. You leave the room and continue your quest. You are standing outside a door at the north end of a north-south passage. To go south, to go through the door. I think what we're going to do is we're going to eat something. If it will let us. Yes, I do. Because my stamina is not good. Could I do that twice? Oh, yes, look. Great. Full stamina. Perfect. Right. Let us go south. You're standing at a crossroads. I feel we have been here before. Let us go south again. We keep on going south. Let us continuously go south. Let's keep on going south. You set off south along a long cobbled passageway. It swings west, then south, then west again, until you find yourself at a 3-way junction. North, west, or back east. Let us go north. You set off and find yourself in the middle of a north-south passageway. There is a door in the western wall. Opposite, there is a passage going off eastwards. To the north, you can see a door some meters ahead. Well, there are many doors, many things. Let us go eastwards. passageway runs east for several meters, then runs north. You walk a long way northwards. You check for secret passages or simply proceed north. Let's proceed north. You're at a crossroads. Oh, good. Another one. Let us go west. You travel westwards for several paces, then the passageway turns to north. Some way up, you reach a junction. To the north, the passage ends at a dead end. You wish to explore the dead end. Go south or west? I think we're gonna go west. I think we're gonna keep on going west. We can no longer go west. We have to pick a different way. Let us go north. Oh, this is new. You walk up a corridor and around a sharp hairpin bend at the top and finally an east-west corridor towards a crossroads. You're at a crossroads. You can go north, south, east or west. Let us go north. The passageway heads northwards for some time. You continue along the passageway, which is in bold. Oh, hello. It's a dragon. The passageway bends to the west and begins to get quite narrow. You have reached a small rocky arch which you will have to stoop to get through. On the other side of the arch you pause and look around. You're in a large cavern which disappears into distant blackness. The cavern is partially lit by the natural light which streams in through a hole in the roof. You cannot see a way through. As you shine your lantern around the cavern you hear a rumble. A dull glow flickers in the blackness. Suddenly a jet of fire shoots from the depths of the cavern, narrowly missing you and singeing the mossy growth on the wall. You'll throw yourself to the ground and look up to see a large dragon stalking out of the darkness towards you. Smoke curls from its nostrils, its scaly red skin glistens with an oily covering. The beast is some 15 meters long. How will you attack the creature? Can I talk to it? Can I offer it all of my money? No, we're going to have to fight it. Draw your sword and prepare to attack. Search your memory for another means of attack. Now we have a dragon fire spell, which is the thing we got from those orcs earlier, and I think we're going to use it. Does the name Farigio di Maggio mean something to you? It does. It actually does. It really does. You remember Di Maggio's small leather-bound book and silently mouth the spell contained within its pages. Clatu, Varata, Nixu. No. You shout loudly at the dragon and it stops in its tracks. It cocks its head to one side and eyes you suspiciously. You fling a stone at its head and the rock bounces off its nose. The beast lets out an angry cry and breathes deeply, a roaring sound emerging from within its throat. The dragon exhales and from between its teeth you can see another fireball building up. You prepare yourself and as the ball of flames come from its mouth you cry, Akil Arif, Akam Arif, 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 Di Maggio. The fireball continues no further. With an agonised scream, the dragon tries to shake the flames from its snout, but there is a burning... But there the burning continues. Squealing in agony, the dragon turns its back and leaps into the blackness, flailing its head from side to side. You have defeated the dragon. You've got an achievement. How nice. You've defeated the dragon at 3 luck points. Save for the moment, you investigate the cavern and find a passageway which continues to the west. We are a dragon slayer, apparently. We didn't really kill it. That seems like kind of a cheat. You leave the cavern and follow a long narrow corridor. After several hundred meters it ends in a large wooden door which is slightly ajar. Carefully you ease it open a little further and poke your head around the side to see what is in the room. You see an old man sitting at the table on his own, playing with a deck of cards. He looks like quite a harmless old soul, grey-haired and beard. He is seated. What will you do? Burst through the door, sword drawn to surprise the old man? Knock on the door and enter, greet the old man cautiously, even courteously. Get down on all fours and try and creep into the room unnoticed. No. We are going to knock on the door and enter. Though, this is probably a trap. The old man looks at you, accepts your greetings and bids you sit down. You sit at the table and notice he is glaring at you. His piercing stare is becoming hypnotic, but you realise this and break eye contact. He opens his mouth to speak, and to your amazement, instead of an old man's voice, the whole room resonates with a powerful voice which seems to be coming from the walls themselves. You throw a glance back at the man and can see him changing before your very eyes. He is of imposing height, his tattered black eyes are fixed directly on yours. Strange. He has been expecting you. This is the Warlock. The battle will call upon all your reserves of strength and cunning. Your adversary has disappeared and now stands at the far end of the room, in front of a door with 2 locks. How will you approach him? Grip your sword firmly and advance towards him. Look through your pack for a weapon to use. Look around the room for another means of attack or defence. Let's look through our pack and see what we can use. You rummage through your haversack. You may attempt to use any of the following items. Potion invisibility, we don't have one of those. A piece of cheese. Oh, I love the idea we could just bribe him with a piece of cheese. A bow with a silver arrow, a Y-shaped stick. I'm sure a Y-shaped stick is going to be really useful. Okay. Tell us where some water is. Let's try the Eye of the Cyclops. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Let's attack him with that. You hold the eye up in front of him and the jewel gives off a dull glow. You point it towards him and he shrieks. He backs away into a corner and a beam of light shoots from the jewel. As it falls on him, he sinks to the floor and a remarkable transformation takes place. He starts to shrivel and grows visibly older in front of you. His skin wrinkles and cracks and slowly he becomes an amorphous heap in the corner. After some moments, the jewel stops glowing and you approach the lifeless bundle of cloth. His robes are all that remain. That was slightly anticlimactic. Anyway, we've defeated him. With the Warlock now defeated, your quest is almost over. You approach the door to his chambers, open it and peer around. The door opens to reveal a small, dimly lit room. The walls are hung with ornate curtains laced in silver and gold. A single flame burns in one corner, throwing light on a low table in the middle of the floor. On this table is a large chest. You step up to investigate the chest, and from all around, yet from nowhere, a mysterious sound fills the room. It sounds like the rumbling of thunderclouds preparing to make storm. You approach the chest and can see that it is held shut by 3 locks. As you approach, the noise gets louder. Will you hack at the box with your sword and try to split it open? That's definitely not going to work. Search for your bags to see if you can find keys to fit. We do have keys. We have 3 keys. During your adventure, you will have come across various keys and should have collected some of these. 3 of them must be the correct combination to open the chest. Peering at the chest more closely, you notice the number 321 is inscribed faintly across the top. Have you come across any keys in your adventure? If so, you may try any of them with the chest. We do. We do have keys. We have a bronze key inscribed with 99. We also have a red key inscribed with 111. We also have a small key inscribed with 111. You make your selection and slide a key into each lock. The final key kicks into place. This is tense. This is tense. One by one, the keys click and turn in the locks. You have placed them all correctly. As the last key turns, the lid off the chest comes free and you open it. Turn to 400. We have succeeded. Hey, we have another achievement. The Warlock of Firetop Mountain Adventurer win. We have won. Your quest is over. The Warlock of Firetop Mountain is no more, and you are now the owner of the Sorcerer's Riches. At least 1,000 gold pieces, jewellery, diamonds, rubies and pearls are in the chest. Hidden under all these, you find the Warlock's spellbook. As you leaf through the pages, you realise this tome is probably more valuable than all the treasure. Instructions are given for the control of all the secrets and creatures of Firetop Mountain. With this book, unlimited power is yours, and the safety of your return to the village is ensured. Or if you prefer, you could remain as master of the domain of Firetop Mountain. We will become the thing we tried to destroy. Possibly. The end. That's it. So that was Let's Play the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. We'll probably come back and play some of the other ones at some point. I haven't played the Citadel of Chaos, so that one will go horribly wrong if we try that one. So maybe we'll try that one. But yeah, if you are new to fighting fantasy, if it's something you've never experienced before, the books are still available, some of which are horribly expensive now, but you can get most of them for a reasonable price. They are worth playing through, they are quite fun. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, tune in again for something else. I may even play something with moving graphics. That would be modern, wouldn't it? But we'll see. Until then, bye!